On this issue of the Weekend Wrap-Up, NASA test. Can fish do math? An aquarium in the desert? Alternative fuel on a train? Racing Legos and more. Right here on the STM Daily News Weekend Wrap-Up. Let's go. NASA is targeting Saturday, June 18th, for the beginning of the next wet dress rehearsal test of the agency's Space Launch System, or SLS rocket and Orion spacecraft at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, with tanking operations on Monday, June 20th. During the test, the launch teams will rehearse operations to load propellant into the rocket's tanks, conduct a full launch countdown, demonstrate the ability to recycle the countdown clock, and drain the tanks to give them an opportunity to practice the timelines and procedures they will use for launch. NASA will provide live coverage of the test on NASA television media channel, as well as host media calls before and after the wet dress rehearsal test with audio streaming live on the agency's website. There will be full coverage of the test and associated activities. For more information, check out the article on tnc.network. On April 1, 2022, University of Bonn researchers announced that they have successfully taught fish how to do simple math. The students in this fish school were cichlids and stingrays. The researchers showed that the fish were able to perform simple addition and subtraction of the number 1 in the number range up to 5. The leader of the research team, Vera Schluessel, the University of Bonn zoologist, said that previous studies showed that fish can distinguish between quantities of 3 and 4 with only a glance, at the ways a human would know from a glance and without having to count whether there are 3 to 4 jelly beans in front of them. Previously, these scientists successfully performed a test to teach math to bees, using the color blue to mean add the number 1, and the color yellow to mean subtract the number 1. The researchers stated that the cichlids needed more sessions than stingrays to reach the learning criterion. Individual performance of stingrays exceeded that of cichlids. The researchers' findings were published in the March 31, 2022 issue of the peer-reviewed journal, Scientific Reports. Bird flu, or also called avian influenza, is caused by a virus that has several strains, some of which are more dangerous than others. Bird flu is normally found in swans, geese, ducks, and others in the species of migratory waterfowl. These birds can carry AI without getting sick. As they migrate, they spread the disease to other bird species as well as within their own colony. According to the Raptor Center at the University of Minnesota, the strain currently being transmitted is a highly pathogenic form of H5N1, which has global agriculture trade impacts for the United States, and can have severe impacts on susceptible birds of many species. While waterfowl can carry and shed this virus without any symptoms, birds like domestic chickens and raptors get severe illness and rapidly die. Highly pathogenic avian influenza is spread in the feces and respiratory secretions of infected birds, and can be easily transmitted on objects contaminated with virus particles. The virus is tough and can survive cold and freezing temperatures, as well as survive in aquatic environments. This avian influenza does not pose any risk to humans, and there are no human cases of avian influenza viruses in the United States. But the virus can be deadly in some birds. The Raptor Center is closely monitoring our local wildlife populations for positive cases of avian influenza and working with other organizations to better understand the current outbreak and help guide the response. Researchers recommend removing bird feeders and taking steps in discouraging bird gatherings at bird baths. Hummingbird feeders are not without risk. However, they would pose the lowest risk, as they tend to have a much more limited group of birds visiting them. In areas with substantial pie transmission, consider pausing or, if you continue to use them, clean them on a daily basis to further reduce risk. Let's talk about our STM store. Our online shopping experience. STM Store is the place to find our branded merchandise and product from our many affiliates, all in one location. Not only is it a place to find great stuff, it is also a way to help support us so that we can continue to make great content. So, visit our STM store today and we'll be glad to see you there. Metrolink has recently announced that it has switched to renewable fuel, which makes the commuter rail agency the first in the nation to completely power all its locomotives by the cleaner burning alternative.
So I'm very proud to be here. I'm very proud that we at Metrolink are doing our part to keep the air clean and to move forwards towards saving our planet. And that's something that I and my board of directors are very much proud of.
To meet its aggressive climate targets, Metrolink launched a pilot program of renewable fuel in its locomotives in early 2021. The renewable product is made of recycled natural fats and vegetable oils. It contains no petroleum fossil fuels, making it burn cleaner, which in turn reduces harmful pollutants and decreases greenhouse gas emissions of carbon dioxide by up to 80%.
This transition by Metrolink to using renewable fuel will help further reduce the air pollutants from our locomotives and improve the air quality for all of the communities along our 538 miles of track, and at the same time, the whole Southern California region. It is certainly the right thing that we needed to do for the health of our children and for our quality of life.
Metrolink began powering 100% of all its locomotives with renewable fuel in February. The agency shares this cleaner emissions milestone as it continues to pursue zero-emissions technologies of hydrogen fuel cell and battery electric, and regards renewable fuel as a bridge to zero emissions. By reducing locomotive emissions, Metrolink is easing environmental impacts on climate change and improving air quality for all. IDC Aquarium in Scottsdale, Arizona, is a marine aquarium and the largest aquarium in the southwest United States. Located in the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community, the multi-level, state-of-the-art facility holds more than 2 million U.S. gallons of water and spans over 200,000 square feet. There are over 6,000 animals and 370 different species in over 65 exhibits. Interactive activities include Sea Trek underwater walking, a charismatic penguin interaction program, shark behind-the-scenes tours, walkabout animal ambassadors, and question and answer sessions throughout the day with the animal care specialists. IDC Aquarium offers an educational, interactive and entertaining experiences for guests of all ages. For further information on IDC, including ticket pricing and hours of operations, please visit idcaquarium.com. Visit TNC Network for more news and information.
Racers, start your engine! I'm proud to announce LEGO Ferrari Build and Race is now officially open at Legoland, California Resorts!
Legoland California Resort debuted its newest attraction, LEGO Ferrari Build and Race. Capitalizing on the increased popularity of Formula One racing, the new attraction puts visitors in the driver's seat with cutting-edge digital technology that guests have never experienced at any other Legoland theme park in the world. The centerpiece of the opening was a life-size, bright red Ferrari F40 model developed by the LEGO Group, the only model of its kind in the world. The LEGO model took a team of master model builders more than 3,800 hours, and more than 350,000 LEGO elements to create. It stands at 14 feet long, 6.5 feet wide, 4 feet tall, and weighs more than 3,000 pounds. A permanent, visual centerpiece of the attraction's garage, guests can sit in the full-scale Ferrari F40 model and have their photos taken. LEGO Ferrari Build and Race lets guests build, test, and race their very own LEGO Ferrari. Drawing inspiration from Ferrari fun facts, race history and awards featured in the garage, young racers get to tap into their creativity as they head into the build and test area to construct their own LEGO Ferrari car, to race at one of 3 test tracks, which include the test zone, steering test track and speed test track. Each track offers guests different obstacles, challenges and a chance to clock in the fastest time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video. Please visit www.stmdailynews.com for news, videos and articles. Listen to our Stories This Moment podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. And please subscribe to our newsletter. You have been watching the STM Daily News. See you next time.